Good morning. We got a lot shipped today, and we didn't ship last night. I was in bed pretty early, recovering from the day before. I was up super late. Took a toll. I'm getting old. First thing I'm shipping is this, which is another craft lot of 100 records. Sold on Etsy this time for like $65. And this is actually going to be somebody who is using it somehow for a wedding, which is kind of neat. So I'm doing stuff in a little bit in reverse today because I want to get out the stuff that has to get scanned. And then once I've done that, we'll get into the sit-down, lazy postcard part. Throw that in there. Pretty decent sales weekend. Not phenomenal, but not terrible. Can't complain. Did some awesome sourcing this weekend, though. I do have video recorded. Hopefully put it into a little video later on. Proof that I do indeed source in the wild. All right. Put that bad boy right there. This is actually the easiest, or not the easiest, the most difficult of our shipping today. So nice to get it out of the way quick. And I'll do one more. Cool. 32 pounds of records. Not right now, Buster. Hey, buddy. Hi, how are you? Good morning. Hi. working though. You want treats? Go get your treats. All right, come on, let's go. Come on. I need coffee too. All right. No, UPS ground. Oh, I forgot to put media mail. Done. Yeah, I peeked in on that this weekend, and I'm like, holy crap. I just did not see. But, I mean, that's the problem with a lot of auctions that are, especially that public. Their market is not the resellers. Their market is the collectors. And if I ever am in an auction and I know that I'm going up against a collector, I never bid. Or I bow out quickly. All right, I've got one thing to ship to my guy. Actually, it's going to be one of these done. That one. These two. Those we'll save for later. All right, so that's out of the way. I love how whenever I have like a PayPal payment go through, I hear chimes in like 4 different places. It's like Back to the Future whenever a fax is coming in. Incoming fax. All right. So let's see here. Some house mount on this New Hampshire one. Had a bunch of multi-card orders this morning. New Hampshire. Let me make sure I'm not combining any today. Who got combined? Okay. That's the good stuff. All right. Catch up on the chat. Got Popeye. What's going on, Popeye? 250 lighthouse postcards, $410. Well, that could easily be because lighthouse people are crazy. It has nothing to do with postcards. Lighthouse people. I sold an old photograph of a lighthouse, not a postcard, just a photograph. Unidentified. For $275 in my early days of eBay. Somebody probably knew what it was, and I may have undersold it even. Yeah, so I was looking at some of the lots besides just the lighthouse stuff and whatever. Like, I don't know, when I see stuff where it's that high price, and yeah, there's good stuff, but I always have to ask, like, you know, can I get my money to go further? And usually, yes. All right, here's the New Hampshire ones. Where are we? Yeah, I went to some yard sales and estate sales this weekend, and I spent like maybe $130 for probably like over $2,000 worth of inventory. I got some really good stuff this weekend for not very much money. Got a Hubler pool cue for $30 with the case. The case will sell for $30 on its own. Got a Rice Bible signed, which is at a thrift shop for 50 cents, which will, the comps on it are like $200. I just like randomly drove past a thrift shop I had never seen before, and it was half off day. I got some crazy crap for not much money. All right, this one. I need another box probably.
You missed just that one.
Need that. Nice. That's a good return. Cameron, what's going on? Oh, and I put new tires on my car this weekend. So that means I'm road ready, which means I think it's time to head down to Oregon soon. All right. Two. So, okay. So yeah, the next, pretty much I think the next 2 to 3 weeks listing pretty well laid out for myself. Oh, it's going international. All right, I feel like I'm having a pretty good time here. Let's get this other stuff. Sold a lot of slides. And I'll show it real quick here. sold single slides too. This was a lot I put together. I was like, this was the postcard seller thinking. This is all like views of highway and roadside, but mostly highway. So yeah, 50, how many? 51, is that right? Okay. Yeah, I guess so. 6, 9. Doesn't look like 51. $41. Luckily, I found these slides that I hadn't listed. Maybe I've got some in here. So many flowers. Shells. These are all the art ones. Well, I'm going to have to hold off on that one because I know I've got some more upstairs. Oh, this guy wanted... I just found a whole bunch more fairies for that one guy. All right. Well, I'm going to hold off on the slides. Sold this Victory jigsaw puzzle. It's a wood jigsaw puzzle. I bought this in Colorado, which is kind of crazy. It sold maybe 20 minutes after I just bought another Victory jigsaw puzzle at the thrift shop that I was at. So the wood jigsaw puzzles do really well in my experience. I also picked up this neat little, it's a wood bookshelf thing, but I'm using it as an organizer for the shipping station, which is extremely convenient. 2 pounds, and it's going to Missouri. What are these? These are like 13, 12, 14, 3. The puzzle sold for $58.45 plus shipping. I think I paid $15 in Colorado, so not a bad flip. But if you find victory wood puzzles in thrift shops, they're definitely worth picking up. I think the lowest I've ever sold one for is around $20. Look them up. Here's the one I picked up. Paid $1. World map. This one's from. This one doesn't have a date, but yeah, it's 2-sided world map. I'm gonna have to put it together to see if it's all there, but we'll see. The last one I bought was complete. I figured for $1, if it's complete, it'll be easily $20, so worth the dollar risk. All right. Sold some records. Just going to knock them out real quick. Paul Anka. The painter, this is actually Andy Warhol did this cover. So probably more likely the people who bought it are buying it for the cover than what's on it, on the record. I watched the Andy Warhol Diaries documentary on Netflix. Pretty interesting. The way that they did it was they did the voiceover from the diary, but they used a voice actor and then deep fake technology to do the Warhol voice, which was pretty neat because it sounds like Andy Warhol is narrating the whole movie, which was pretty interesting. If you are into that kind of stuff, it's a good documentary series. I enjoyed it. Then I sold Alabama with The Closer You Get. Near mint in the shrink. It's got the hype sticker on it. So, come on, Alabama. One sold for $9. I need to buy some record mailers and 45 mailers. Oh, how do you do on trade cards? They're okay. They're long tail. The same sort of stuff that you know about postcards, you can more or less adapt to trade cards. Anamorphic stuff or anthropomorphic stuff. Stuff that's like, there can be some locational aspect to it depending on like where the card was. Agricultural machinery, it's I've sold quite a few. I do okay. They're not my favorite. I'm not super into them. So like I'll list them, but I don't seek them out. That makes sense. For 150 at auction for 235. Yeah, you're going to do fine on that. Like on the low end, they're like $3, $4, $5 a piece, right? So even on the low end, you'll make your money. But they are a fair amount of work. I mean, just because I'm not super familiar with them, they require a little more research for me than some of the other ones. All right, where's the other? There it is. I sold Donnie and Marie Osmond Going Coconuts for $8.95. This has been in the store for way, way, way too long. And I hate the album cover. I hate seeing this every time I go and I look in the O's. I gotta see this. Not anymore. Look at Marie. Sup, Steve? Came in perfect timing. sold a couple of 45s. Johnny Burdette, I beg your pardon. Burnett, I'm sorry. $17.95. Check out that looker. Hey ladies. How you doing? You want me to sing you a song? $17.95 on that one. This is just going over to Everett, Washington. Oh, thanks. Probably it was a good weekend. I went to I did a bunch of sourcing. I did a pickup. I went to Amy's birthday party from the chat, which was fun. It was karaoke, and got to see a old friend of mine who I hadn't seen in 15 years. Spent some time recovering yesterday. Got a good sleep, so ready to go. Got tires on my car. That was good. I needed to do that. That was way overdue. All right, where's this other stupid record? Pearl. Pearl Bailey. 45. This one sold for $11.66. My 45 sold for more than my LPs. I know that she was busy this weekend. Oh yeah, and so also when I was driving from where I was sourcing, driving up to Amy's party, my car died on the freeway, and like I lost power, and it was the same thing that happened to me last year when I was driving down to California. So I knew it was something up with the alternator. So I'm on the side of the road. My phone was dead, which is another great thing. So, cop came after like 10 to 15 minutes, pulled up, and he's like, let me use his phone, call AAA. About an hour later, apparently AAA was busy. AAA guy comes up to my car, and I'm sitting on the side of the road with my hood up like you're supposed to do. And he comes up to my car, takes a look down in the engine, and the first thing he says to me is, he's like, I can't fix it, but I can tell you what's wrong. And I'm like, okay, what's wrong? And he's like, see that cable? It's supposed to be connected to your alternator. It's like, I can't touch it, but if you connect that cable to your alternator, I can just jump start you and you'll be on your way. And so that's what happened. Somehow my alternator cable got disconnected from my alternator. It's the little thing that like clips in, and probably happened last year when I changed the alternator, and it just got jiggled out because I had like tires that needed to change, and it was rides were bumpy. So that's when I was like, that's it, new tires. So luckily, very easy roadside fix on that one. This was, by the way, a cabinet card. I'll put it on screen so you can see this guy. In high school, we used to call this butt hair. It's like he's got a mustache on the top of his head. Took an offer on that one for $32. So I used to have roadside assistance through my insurance, which was Progressive. And, or no, it was nationwide. And when I was driving down to California in August of 2020, my car died, my old car, in Grants Pass, Oregon. I was less than a mile away from the off-ramp, and there are like 13 tow companies in Grants Pass. It was on a weekday. It was not a busy day. There was not even a lot of people on the highway. It was actually not a weekday. It was a Saturday. I'm sorry. Is that right? Nope. I'm sorry. It was a Sunday because the place that I had to get my car checked out wasn't open until the next day. So it was a Sunday. And the insurance company uses a third party to handle all their roadside stuff. I was on the side of the road for like 3.5 hours. I got hung up on more than once, 2 or 3 times. I was promised calls back. I was promised updates via text. None of that happened. It was, and that's when I canceled that and went back to AAA. I've never had anything but good experience with AAA. But I can certainly appreciate it if you've had a bad experience with whatever provider and decided to go away from them. Sold this extreme sports snowboarding Mega Blocks. Yeah. This came from the buyout. It says new in box. I suppose that could be true. I'm not the one who listed this. How do I want to ship this? Can I do it with... I may just polybag it. Yeah, I'm just going to polybag it. Or, you know what I could do? I'm going to bubble wrap it, and then I'm going to polybag it. Use this free UPS envelope. Right, it's not the post office. They're a for-profit company. There we go. There we go. See you, Cameron. Thanks for coming in. Yeah, I want. I'll text you. We'll figure out Oregon for me soon. Sold a Hot Wheel. One annoying Hot Wheel that kept falling on the floor. This one, 2001, sold for $4. Ain't nothing right home about. It's just a little bit too short. Let's get this C18. up, Shay? You'd be proud of me, Shay. Yesterday, Saturday, I picked up some of the bags. Check it out. This thrift shop, it was a half off day. And I don't always like buy the bags, but I always look. But there's you got like a Toy Story Woody in here. Looks like something from Big Hero 6. There's a Lion King thing. Some of the stuff might be McDonald's. I couldn't really tell. But this one was half off of $2.29. So paid $1.15. So I figured something in there is going to be worth $1. And then I got this whole thing of plush. And the reason why I got it mainly was because there's the handmade crochet Bert. And then a bunch of other stuff. There's a Beanie Baby, not a new one. Some stuff with tags, but mainly I got it for Bert. That was $1. And then this one, which had a bunch of Disney stuff in it. Another Lion King Simba. Some wind-up Scooby-Doo thing. Some, what are these? Not Skylanders, but the Disney one. Paw Patrol. Some other thing that's shaking in here. Hungry Hippos. So that was $1 too. And then this Disney thing. So yeah. Yeah, the Bert, I bought it basically. I'm like, that Bert alone will probably pay for my, like, half my trip. All right. Sold a pattern. Ain't nothing crazy about this one. Simplicity. Size A. Dress pattern. Sold for $6. It's not vintage, just a pattern. I got another bin of Tyco Track for $17.50 at the estate sale. You guys remember last year I sold a ton of that Tyco Track, and it's super easy. I just lot it up, and we're to the end of our roll here. What do we got over there? We'll do that coin thingy. I'm going to put this up on screen so you can see it. This is a brass die stamp for the Hanford National Bank and Trust Company. So this would be like for sealing or putting the seal on embossing stock certificates or any kind of bank certificate. Yeah. sold for $15. Took an offer. It's, I think, the third of these that I sold. These came in an auction lot from a while back. Oh, let's just get this. It was my local live auction. They were in one of the little, they always have the boxes full of like knickknacks and all that stuff, and that's what it came in. So probably got nothing into it. I've still got a bunch of them to sell, so. Holy cow. This is cool. Where'd it go? Nope, that's Mercari. Here it is. Check out this note. Interestingly enough, I live in the Hartford National Bank and Trust building, now apartments, so I'll be shipping it back to its original home. I love that kind of stuff with eBay. That's pretty awesome. Sold another one of these Starline pins. Super Bowl pins. I've sold. I'm actually getting low on them. But man, they've been great. They came in a pin lot off of Goodwill Auctions. Let me see if I can find it real quick. They look like this. They bought Super Bowl 9. And you'll see Starline on the back of these. They were often sold in sets. Been selling them off anywhere from like $8 up to 15. This one sold for 10. changed my label paper. Which is easier said than done. I need to make some more modifications. Oh, shit. Alright, well. Yep, totally fucked that. Maybe we can just hang it off. Not quite. We're close. Better. All right, so instead of that this time, We are oh, this is not high enough. All right, so we're gonna have to do that again. All right. Use these labels for other things. Done. All right. Moving on. Get the bit. So it's fine. It's fine for now. I will make more modifications at a later time. I don't have time this morning. There's still 42 items to ship out. Sold a book. Actually, yeah, we'll do that. This actually came from the Colorado auction. I paid $5 for a lot, and this one sold for $31.45. So happy about that. Oh look, it's gonna fit perfect in here. Yes, it is. Sup, Humstone? Everyone say hi to Harry. All right. Next, sold one slide. And I'll show it to you. And I'm going to have to go on a search for some highway slides here in a little bit, but that should be pretty easy. This lady. It's a really nice photo. This is from the Philippines, 1950s. Named subject. They took an offer for $806. Dang, nice. Sold a, where is it? There it is. It's been selling a good amount of World's Fair stuff lately. This is from the 1962 Seattle World's Fair. It was a flyer for the $1,000,000 silver dollar display, which was really cool. They basically just had this like big thing of like, it looked like chicken wire, and it was just filled with silver dollars, 1,000,000 silver dollars, in this probably like 8 feet around display. This sold for $24.25 plus shipping. Harry, those glass negatives you picked up, I don't know if you're still in here. Those things can be worth like $30 to $50 a piece and can go for into the hundreds for a single one. You've got some really good content on those, and you probably have some that are extremely valuable in there. There's the glass negatives are pretty well collected. People like to develop them. Obviously, they're super fragile, and you got to be careful with them. But they're a pain in the ass to ship. But I've sold them before. That was a crazy good score. That's one of the benefits of it being in the Northeast, because you don't find that stuff in the Pacific Northwest. It's pretty uncommon to find that old of stuff, and you got to be in the places that are old to get the stuff that's old. Sold a antique photograph. I'm just going to put it on screen because you won't be able to see it otherwise. This is the Bitterroot Mountains. What is it? CM and PS Railway. I forget what that was for. It's the Chicago-Milwaukee Puget Sound Railroad, so it's this little panorama. It's about 8 inches by 3 inches. This is the railroad yards. Pretty cool. I bought a bunch of these antique train photographs a while back, and I've been selling them off ever since. This one sold for $24.25. Sounds familiar. Done. What's left? Sent postcards. That's just in the other room. Sergeant and Greenleaf lock. No key, no combination. These things, if you have the tool or the key, you can reset these pretty easy. So the fact that I didn't have that isn't a big deal. Still sold for $9. This is a death pile item. It was in my smalls that I listed. Sold really quick too, so that's always nice. You're gonna be under a pound still, right? Oh, so close. There we go. Oh, I'll go check out the booth tour today while I'm listing. All right, looks like most of this is postcards left, if not all of it. So let me do this real quick. I'm going to go grab. I need to find 11 highway slides. So be right back. Probably the, let's see, I had like 5 more. Nope, too good. Too good. Too good. Too good. Maybe instead of Corvettes, look at cars. Oh, that's a good one. Nope. Nope. That's kind of cool. It's like a double exposure at a rest stop. Yep, we'll do that. All right, those are all too good. These are all racetracks. Can't do a racetrack. That's not a highway. That one sounds good. I'll give them that one. No, that's too good. They only paid $25. Some of these I can sell for $25. That's what I get for not double checking my count on slides. Awesome. For 5, and we had how many? 5. Like 1, 2, 3, 4. All right, we're good. They may end up getting a couple extra, but it's better than getting a couple less, right? Add them around the postcards, which means I can just sit down. Hello, Wesley Clark. How are you doing? All right. All right, that was the stuff that has to get scanned. Oh, yeah. All right. How many does it leave us with? There are still 36 orders to go out. A few came in since we started. 9:17. We're actually doing pretty good on time. Sorry, nectar. postcard, Chrome Barracks Tower. That one. Yeah, a good number of $10 plus postcards this weekend. Sold one from the Herbert Love collection for $50. Sold one of my Halloween postcards for $31. And then maybe a couple dozen at $10 or more, which is always nice. Help out that ASP that I track so diligently. And then I had a couple of like multi-item sales that pretty much everything that they bought came from that Colorado auction lot. So there was like a $40 order and a $30-something order. So I feel like maybe I'm in the profit on it. Could be. I might be getting close. Yeah, my death pile just got big. Like this weekend. It's not death pile. It's all brand new inventory that I just bought, really. But I probably picked up on Saturday between the buy from my guy and everything else, maybe 1,000 listings. So hopefully I can get through that as quickly as possible. I've got some ambitious April goals once again, as you could probably guess, as I usually do. Probably more ambitious than usual. Yeah. Yeah, the estate sale I went to, it was great to go to an estate sale again. I will say that. I was there. I planned on trying to get there in the last hour of the sale, and I did. But they had no interest whatsoever in negotiating. It was 50% off everything in the last hour, and they wouldn't budge on prices. So I walked away from some stuff that I couldn't get there on their prices. Just it wasn't worth it to me. They had a huge pile of like sealed mead lined paper. And I'm like, how much for that? And they're like $2 a thing. And I'm like, what if I bought all of it? You $1 for it, $2 a thing. I'm like, oh, you gotta be kidding me, man. What are you gonna do with this shit when you're done? You got 10 minutes left in the sale. You're not gonna get any money out of that. Unless they've got their own eBay store. And they're gonna, they've got that shady eBay, or not your shady estate buyout clause in what they do, which is, there was a ton of model train stuff there, but yeah, they didn't want to budge on anything. Okay, these two go together. Yeah, one of the two. Either they've got a clean out guy, or, but still, even if they've got a clean out guy, they're getting more out of me. The clean out guy is going to probably clean out for everything, and that stuff's going to end up in the dumpster. He's not there after reams of paper. Maybe. Yeah, there's I'm in good with the Caring Transitions franchises around here. Like, I always get good access to Picker's Pile stuff, and stuff that doesn't make it into the sale. But I just haven't had to buy. I haven't had to buy from that kind of stuff for a while. So they still all know me, though. Oh, this one's going with another one. Crap. Right? I think so. What were the two that are getting combined? Okay, those two go together. No, split. All right. Mm-hmm. 21 of you in chat. Hello to everyone in back. Hope you're working. Hope the work is going good. Hope the sales are good. You know, all the things. Hope the things are good. So let's see. Today I'm going to try to list a big chunk of the postcards that I picked up from my guy. Gonna try to list probably that's it. I'm gonna probably take it easy today and just list a lot of postcards. And then probably the pool cue that I picked up, because that is a nice, easy couple $100 or more. What is this? Damn, nice, Julie. I haven't looked at how many in a while. A lot. Although I will say this, that almost half of my inventory is on the new. I say the new, even though I'm like 3 months into it. The new inventory system, the Popeyes proprietary patent pending postcard, letter number, pigeonhole, party boy, potsy, panty raid, inventory system. All right, come on. Why are you not freestanding yet? It's close. tabs for every 10. Holy cow. It's a lot of tabs. Why am I scrolling when I can just go? Control F. Fine. There it is. What the hell? All right, try it again. Oh yeah, I definitely buy sleeves from Matt's Baseball. Very fast. I'm a fan. I think the best price I found on penny sleeves, unless you buy like 100,000. Yeah, I usually get my stuff from Matt's Baseball in like 2 days. Also, I talked to my postal carrier the other day, and this is for those of you who don't use scan sheets. And I asked very specifically, is there some sort of new requirement that for over a certain number of packages, we have to provide a scan sheet? And she said she's pretty knowledgeable about this kind of stuff. Nope. So, Dreamy Vice, in my search, or not my search, my video descriptions, there should be a affiliate link that will take you to a search for used top loaders on eBay, which if you're just using them for shipping, I think used top loaders are totally fine. And they're a fraction of the cost. But so I'm getting towards the end of my supply of these. And I'm going to have to reserve what's left soon for higher dollar ones. I'm looking into semi-rigid top loaders for anything like $20 and less. I don't feel great about just shipping in a penny sleeve or with an envelope with a piece of cardboard. I want to give a little bit more protection and a little bit better presentation than that. And I think a semi-rigid is probably just fine. And probably a heck of a lot cheaper. Also, yeah, new top loaders everywhere that I look are on back order. Except I think maybe BCW, but Cardboard Gold is like months backed up. With used top loaders, you sort of got to be diligent because sometimes you got to auction. Sometimes they're on auction. Sometimes they're and you have to have a little bit of a tolerance that, some of them are not going to be the greatest condition. So you're not going to be able to use all of them. But at the end of the day, it's still way cheaper. Yeah, there you go. Yeah, I hear you. The spool is not free yet. Oh, there, now it is. All righty. Next up. Okay, this one I bought. And that one. Check out this one. That's pretty jacked up. Still sold it for $2. Idaho State Capitol at night, which is because it was a otherwise nice night view, but man, this thing is chipped on every part of the edge. I think this came out of the auction lot. See you, Justin. I'll check out the antique booth here today. Yeah, I'm gonna switch to the semi-rigid postcard top loaders for under $20 cards here soon. I'm going to try putting in some smaller orders just to test out a few products and make sure they're working. Good at it. Getting low on Tennessee postcards. So same person's been coming in and basically like buying me out, which is great. But there's a bunch that have been selling faster than I can acquire them. North Carolina, definitely been South Carolina. I used to have a ton of South Carolina. That's not it's a continental size. What's up, Carl? Looks like a haunted house. Oh, is that Alabama, Arkansas moved pretty well for me too, for sure. Trying to think. Colorado, which is great for me. I mean, because I get a ton of Colorado cards, but I sell through them so fast. These are all continental. Getting down to it. That's going United Kingdom. All that. Let's me for this one. $11. All right. got like 7 or 8 to go. Yeah. Oh, I think this is the last one that has to go out. I believe I have a hip order too that I didn't pull. Yeah. All right. Let me put these outside and then we'll go downstairs. A few things came in. Might as well get those done if I have time. All right, see you downstairs. That's funny. All right, let's see here. Okay, so there's one here that's sold that I swear I already sold. Like, it's only been listed a short amount of time. And like less than a month. Order, let's see here. Hmm.
It's not. All right. Pardon me. Oh, no wonder. That one. T. What the hell? All right, well, I'm just gonna skip that till tomorrow. D5. There. That. And then, All right. Well, I'm curious. Today, no, it hasn't been up that long. So can it did sell. I knew it. I thought I took. I swear I took that down. Oh well. All right. Well, I guess I'm canceling that other one. When did it sell? When? Beginning of the month. Okay. Cool. Well, see you upstairs.
Sold this Blue Angels program from 1977, whereas most Seattleites who have been in the area experienced the low flyby, like 100 feet over your house. We like to call them the blue assholes. We're gonna need some cardboard. Oh, this is gonna have to go first clip. Yeah, the allure and fascination with America waving their dick around kind of lost its luster by the time I was 12. Go. We in Seattle, there is a annual hydroplane race / Festival of the Sea called Seafair, and the Blue Angels were a part of it for a very, very long time. And for a number of years, well, I lived in a couple of different locations that were pretty much right in the fly path. One of the places I lived was literally the point that they used to turn around during the show, and it was they used that point because it was right next to the VA, and they wanted to have the show for people who were in the hospital, who really do appreciate that. But for somebody who lives 100 feet under where a supersonic jet, well, it's not going supersonic but can go supersonic, very loud airplane, not great when you're just hungover or trying to work or hold a thought for more than 10 seconds. Gets old quick. So there's that. All right, let me cancel this order real quick. hip. Okay. All right, let me just check the other store real quick. And if there's nothing there or I don't want to ship it, we'll be done. 3 hours. It's a long one. It's a long one. That's in the garage. I don't want to ship that. Yep, we're done. All right, everybody. Well, that's that for this shipping adventure. Thank you all very much for joining in and watching and participating. We'll be back tomorrow, assuming some things. Well, I got to ship out the stuff from the other store tomorrow, so there'll be some stuff being shipped. Hope you all have a great day. Hope sales are good and the listing is easy, and we will catch you on the Flip and Flap. Bye-bye.